Welcome back, guys. We are going to take you on a 24-hour tour of the New Forest.
And we're not in our van for a change. Well, no, we are in our van.
We are in our van, just not right now.
We're not sat in our van talking to you guys.
24 hours in the New Forest. We're going to show you what to do, where to go, what to eat, and where to sleep. Let's go. Oh, and like that, we're back in the van. Welcome back to the channel. We're Tristan Kez.
Being in the New Forest, you actually would be surprised by how much is around you in terms of facilities and all sorts, isn't there?
For such a big space, there's quite a lot going on.
We headed into Christchurch to go to a Halfords because we needed some new wiper blades.
Wiper blades, coolant and engine oil. Fun stuff.
I forget the other stuff. But yeah, that was a bit of a shock actually. Tris has gone into Halfords and I'm sat in the car actually recording a story for Instagram, which, you know, when you're talking to the camera, you feel a bit of a doofus anyway, just as a guy from Halfords walks straight up to the windscreen and starts measuring our windscreen wipers. So yeah, that was a fun little story to add in there. And then it's really handy actually, there's a little sort of, would you call it an industrial estate? Industrial estates,
like
a
retail park.
Yeah, Halfords, a Home Bargains, I think a few people like Home Bargains. Lidl, we popped in there, as you do, got our little stock up, didn't we?
Yeah, well, we had to restock all our cupboards because we were kind of running everything bare, didn't we?
Yeah, which is kind of the case when you live in a van. You can't really like keep lots of stock, so we tend to get to the end and then top up on the dry stuff.
As we left Lidl, we headed on to Crow Farm Shop.
One of our most favourite farm shops in Brockenhurst. Love it, don't we?
Oh, it's so good, isn't it?
It's a multitude of things. It's the quality of the produce, it's the care of the produce, and it's the people. Honestly, I challenge you. This is a challenge. Go to Crow Farm Shop in Brockenhurst. If you don't get met by the friendliest, smiliest, happiest people, then I don't know, tell us in the comments. But honestly, they're
all
lovely.
The staff are lovely, aren't they?
So lovely. You can hear just from conversations we've overheard how they really take care of like the regular, older...
Yeah, like local community.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, we love there, don't we?
Yeah.
But yeah, one of Trist's favourites from Crowhurst is the pork pies. They're actually award-winning.
Hey, he's back. Every bloody week.
You're not having a coffee? Yeah. You're not having my coffee? I know, I love you too.
Come on, buddy.
Poor little guy was a bit poorly last night.
No,
weren't you? Yes. Doesn't get poorly often. But yeah, last night we had about 7 lots of sick throughout the van. That was fun.
That was delightful.
Yeah. He has no bed currently. Yes, right. Can we go sit back down? We've updated.
It's because he's thrown up in his bed.
We've updated everybody on you.
Yes, everyone's wishing you well.
Yeah.
In Crow Farm Shop, we picked up some beautiful sausages, some bacon.
Oh, I forgot we got the sausages.
Yeah, I know. Hey,
hey. Let's help. I forgot about that. Yeah.
So we got some bacon, some sausages, these amazing sausage rolls, and the award-winning pork pies. And yeah, I love like bakery food like that. So I'm just absolutely in heaven when we find somewhere like this. Beautiful. So there's quite a few towns and villages to get food and supplies from, as Kez said. We're staying near Brockenhurst and Sway, and both of those have got like a lovely butchers with local produce, and then Brockenhurst has got an award-winning bakery, which I think we might have shown you guys before. They've got outstanding cakes and bakery items.
Oh.
But yeah, just the whole of New Forest. The whole of the New Forest, you'll find lots of different farm shops, local bakeries, butchers, stuff like that. We're selling the local produce from the area, raised on the land of the New Forest. It's just incredible.
I wonder if there's, if the New Forest is renowned for food. Is the New Forest known for award-winning food? Maybe.
Yeah. Leaving the farm shop, we headed for some walks, and let me tell you, in the New Forest, there is no shortage to where you can walk and cycle here. But before we head off on any walks, let's have a little drive around the New Forest, because that is just as good as going for walks around here. Plus there are some really cute towns and villages in the New Forest, and on our drive from Crow Farm Shop to where we were heading, we drove through Burley. Now, if you're into witchcraft, this is the place for you. They've got a plethora of witchcraft shops.
Yeah, it's funny though, isn't it? Because Burley is advertised. I don't know if it's advertised, but a lot of people say, you know, it's got the witchcraft heritage. It's also very spiritual. There's also a huge sort of spiritual element. I don't know a lot about witchcraft, maybe that's part of it, I don't know.
But yeah, check out Brockenhurst, Bewley, Lyndhurst, Buckler's Hard. They've got historical links with shipbuilding. We've also got our favourite down below, Milford-on-Sea.
Fabulous spot. And the castle.
Hurst Castle. That's cool to go and visit, isn't it?
Yeah, really cool. You've got the wetlands. But yeah, lovely. Milford-on-Sea.
Yeah, I'd say driving the New Forest has got to be up there with some of our favourite road tripping. We've driven a lot of the UK, haven't we? And Scotland's our favourite, as you all will know. I think the New Forest is very unique, isn't it?
Incredibly, yeah.
For such for such a vast space, sort of dumped in the middle of South England. It's quite mental. Once you enter here, you can drive around. Yeah, so there's nowhere really quite like this, I don't think.
No.
There's animals everywhere when you're driving around. But if you're here, we recommend that you head to the Ornamental Drive, which is, if you think driving a lot of the New Forest is unique, this is particularly special, isn't it? It's like driving through the forests. There's, again, wildlife everywhere. Be very careful because there are deer absolutely hurtling around. We drove it the first time, didn't we? And then just out of nowhere, deer across the road, like someone shooting a gun with deer coming out of it.
Although the crazy fact we found is in the New Forest, at the maximum during springtime, there's 2,000 deer here, and in Scotland, there's up to 400,000.
Yeah, well, what I read was there was anything between like 400,000 and 1 million.
That's crazy. But yeah, just for a comparison, but there's still lots here because it's a small space.
Yeah, it's crazy though, isn't it? For when you said that there was only like 2,000 here, I was like, really? Like, because they're everywhere. Everywhere we've been, you see a deer. But
just this morning they were in the woods right next to us.
The Ornamental Drive, definitely worth a drive. It's not very long, to be fair, is it? And then there's loads of car parks that you can stop off on the drive, and then there's just like a plethora of walks, aren't there? Let's take you to Blackwater. So yeah, let's pull in here and head to Blackwater for a lovely little walk. At Blackwater there's a free car park, and to be honest, all the car parks, amazingly, are free in the New Forest, so that's a plus for the New Forest. There's free toilets at Blackwater as well, and then there's some lovely trails through the redwood forests, aren't there? And then you get to see the two huge redwood trees, don't you, in the, I'm going to say this wrong, Orbitorium? We had a little walk around there, didn't we, with Frank? It's just stunning. There's like little bridges. Great, I think, for all ages, really, isn't it? If you've got kids, amazing. They can just run around and go mental. And then if you're an adult, it's just so peaceful, isn't it? Like, there's little waterways going through it. As much as we like bang on about being by the beach and stuff like that, being in the woods is sort of just as beautiful and peaceful, isn't it?
Bring wellies though. If you're coming to the New Forest in the winter, autumn, or early spring, you're gonna need wellies.
To Blackwater, yeah, nice little park up that we parked in, and like whether you've got a car, camper van or motorhome, you could probably park up and just hang out there all day, couldn't you? They've got picnic benches, as I said, toilets. I don't know, it's just a beautiful location. Did you guys know about forest bathing? Yeah. Something we learnt about last year, but you've done some more research, haven't you, Kez, to find out about forest bathing?
Well, we're trying to learn, as you know, guys who've followed us for a while, that we're trying to do a bit of slow travel, slow living, so we can completely immerse ourselves in the area which we're in. And forest bathing is something that we've wanted to learn more about for a while, isn't it?
Yeah.
But obviously, being in the New Forest, put it into practice. So yeah, it's quite incredible actually. It's a research that's been done in Japan about the benefits of actually being within the woods. I'm not going to say the scientific terms of what trees emit and then what you ingest, because I'm going to get it completely wrong. But what it does do is it activates your NKA cells, which are actually your natural killer cells, which are part of your white blood cell count. I'm sure there's going to be people in the comments going, you've got it wrong. I'm learning, we're learning. But basically, it's been proven in Japan that if you spend 3 days and 2 nights in the woods, then for 7 days afterwards, the measurement of activity of your NKA, your white blood cell count, actually goes up and can increase the amount of cells. So it actually has been proven to make you feel better physically and mentally. Doctors in Canada and Japan also prescribe fresh air for people who are suffering with maybe sort of some just depressive thoughts or mild colds. Yeah, and Japan are even doing some research into the benefits of forest bathing to help battle cancerous cells. So yeah, apart from just the peace and tranquility that being in the woods brings you, you're actually doing your physical and mental health some amazing good. Is that it is brilliant. But yeah, get outside, even if it's just for 15 minutes a day into some wooded area. You're actually, yeah, you're doing yourself some good.
Yeah. Did you know there's 220 square miles of park to roam in the New Forest?
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
No. But yeah, Blackwater is steeped in history and it's just a beautiful place to be. We found out that the redwoods actually got brought over in Victorian times, and I think it was like the height of botanical excellence. So to be fair, anywhere in the New Forest is beautiful for walks, cycling, rambling, or just taking in nature. It's just absolutely incredible here. The wildlife here, I think we've already mentioned a little bit about that, but you get ponies, deers, birds of prey. I think we might have seen a white-tailed eagle last year. We're still trying to...
Did we?
Yeah, do you remember? It was really rare. We were in that car park and you saw it and you went, look at that, it was huge.
Yes.
And then we did Google it and it was like, I think they might have been to the New Forest. They've been spotted in different places because they got re-released.
Did. My memory's shocking. We did. Yeah, that was very
We
fun.
have no video evidence of it, so just trust us. We might have seen it. It turns out there's 5 different types of deer, and I think we might have seen pretty much all of them. And we were roaming some woods the other day, and we thought we saw essentially a pig deer. Now that sounds mental, doesn't it? But what we found out, it was a muntjac deer. Yes, we saw a muntjac deer. So that was nice because we didn't feel like we were going mental and it's in a pig deer. But these little muntjac deers were actually brought over from China. But we saw one of those, didn't we, running through the woods. We're not sure if we've seen a wild boar running through the woods.
We definitely have.
Yeah.
You keep saying I'm not sure. We definitely have.
We haven't had a positive ID if we've seen one. We tried to catch it on camera, and the footage just sort of looks like Bigfoot footage, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Really grainy because I had to zoom in and not really capturing anything. So I was chatting with some local people here, and what we found out was they have once a year, what is it? It's not a celebration, is it? It's like a thing they do. It's called pannage.
It's part of the farming. So the commoners can farm on, part of the New Forest is that commoners have access to the 220 square miles of park to farm their animals on. And yeah, pannage is part of that farming process, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Pannage is where commoners will release their pigs, and then the pigs essentially go around and eat up things like acorns and other poisonous materials. They should get recaptured and brought back in, but speaking to the locals, not all of them get recaptured and then taken back. Some of the pigs can actually travel quite a few miles, so I guess it's quite difficult to track where your pigs have gone. If you're here in September, you might see some pannage pigs knocking around, and then if you weirdly see them the other times of the year, it's just that they've got loose and haven't been caught back to where they first came from. Yeah, don't be surprised if you're driving through and all of a sudden you hit a massive traffic jam in the New Forest, and that traffic jam is being caused by animals. Probably on a daily occurrence. You can drive through the New Forest and then all the traffic just has to stop because you've got like 6 or 8 ponies just hanging out in the road, eating a bush, just doing their thing. But that's just such a unique experience that I don't think you really get anywhere else in the UK. But after a long day roaming around, taking in all the nature, eating all the beautiful delights that the New Forest have to offer, we need somewhere to stay. In the New Forest, everywhere, wild camping is banned. Whether that's parking in your van overnight in a car park or trying to cheekily wild camp tent on the New Forest lands, it's completely banned here, isn't it? It seems like 100% of people really try not to park in the car parks, don't they?
Yeah.
Because I think you're going to get the knock for sure. But there are a lot of car parks you can go and park up in, hang out for the day. You just need somewhere else to stay at night. And so that could be get yourself a BritStops membership, or as we've done this time, we've gone back to stay with some of the Camping New Forest campsites. Now check out this video for when we stayed in the New Forest last year for a little rundown on that. and they're just amazing. Again, there's just like wild animals everywhere. It's kind of as close to wild camping as I think you can get.
Yeah.
Certainly, like.
Oh god, yeah, absolutely. I mean, we're in the middle of the woods.
So I got out the van yesterday, didn't I? And then there's just what, like 4, 6, 8 4, 6, 8 ponies just chilling out behind the van, just all resting on their heads, chilling out. And then every once in a while you're kind of like, oh, what's that noise? And then there's a pony or a donkey or a deer just roaming around near your van. So yeah, again, just a really unique experience. Not something that we've experienced in Scotland. Like, we've seen a lot of deers and other animals and stuff like that, but we never really seen them get so close to the van.
No.
I mean, I think last year we had a donkey nose.
Yeah, in the back of the van.
Donkey's nose in the back of the van. A lot of them are quite friendly though. What was it? We were walking over the heathland the other day, and then these 2 ponies just saw us and started wandering towards us. You weren't happy with that. But I thought I'd take a little video record of them. But as we round off our 24 hours in the New Forest, we settle back in the van for the evening, listening to the birds' song as the sun sets. I think that's another incredible thing that is just won our hearts here, isn't it? It's just like, as much as there's animals, etc. roaming around, the songbird here is just beautiful, isn't it?
Absolutely.
And then
incredible.
as the sun sets, that turns into owls in the evening, doesn't it?
Yeah.
As we're sort of like laying our heads down for the evening, you hear.
Fun fact, did you know birds have accents? Depending on the neighbourhood in which they live, their actual bird song has an accent to it.
So that's 24 hours in the New Forest. We hope you found it helpful. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you see when we've got our next video coming out. Until next time, folks, bye for now.